So, boys and girls, since Rising Wind comes out in September, I figured we'd talk about Rising Wind itself. There is a reprint half, and then there's brand new cards to kind of mix and match up how you want to get some cards, especially for older players or brand new players. A lot of the older players that never really wanted to pick up some of these more expensive cards, or now they can upgrade their decks into more foil based because these reprints are foiled. We'll have to talk more into it. So without further ado, let's dive into the video and talk about it. So first off, we're going to talk about everything. So first off, we have Upamon, Cupimon, and Tonemon that have been added into reprint category, getting a foil based card for the Digitama. Then we have Agumon here as a reprint, the one that searches. Then we do also have Patamon, which is same thing, yellow tamer search paired to Agumon's red tamer search. And then Magna Angemon being able to be one of the cards you guys need. This card, especially for the people that wanted to play Setcom, this card usually was chalking up to be very expensive. And then you have Patamon adding a level 4. Palmon. Then you have Tai Kamiya, which is the mem setter, which another foil version is not bad. TK, another foil version. Mimi, another foil version. So these three major tamers getting a foil version is really nice. Then you have Metal Greymon Secret. Then you have Sonemon. This card, especially for Diaboromon fans, massive pickup. OG All Force. I mean, you could play it, but most people aren't hunting it. Then you have Salamon. So this card is foiled this time around, so you get a foiled Salamon besides the promotional pack. Then you have Rise Greymon and Shine Greymon. So especially since Shine Greymon's not even that expensive, it's not bad for a small reprint here, especially since Shine Greymon is meta contender. Then you have Toy Agumon with Reboot. Then you have Gabumon here, which is basically the only other printing was its counterpart that was a promo, and it's good to see that you can actually get him as a foiled now. Then you have Tapirmon, which just got a event pack reprint, but now we get another foil version. Then we have Devimon with Retaliation for Inheritable and for main effect. Then Matt Nishida, so you can get Matt. And then you have Black War Greymon Secret, so if you guys haven't had the shot at this, you get a reprint of that. Then you have Demi-Meramon with the jammings, Upamon and Demi V, Upamon and Demi-Mera. So Demi-Mera, especially for the purple gang, this gives you another foil version besides the Digifest one. Then you have, just Upamon foil is not bad either. Then you get an access to Vmon and Terriermon, both very much old-fashioned competitive cards. Terriermon still sees competitive play now. Then you have Angelwolmon, basically hasn't seen much play in generalization, but could see in the future, depending on what happens with the BT15. Then we do have, Wormmon being able to do the same thing as Palmon, but searching for level 5s. Then you have none other than Blossomon reprint as a foil. So if you just like this art and you instead of the alternate art, here's a foil version. Then we do have other cards here. We have Chumon coming in as foil. We have Craniumon, which again isn't seeing much competitive play, but it's just a good reprint, especially if you are playing black base blocker for ulti cups. Lady Devi being able to filter, and she's foil now. Lilithmon reprint is not bad since the card has been going up in weird places. Then you have a Delicate Plan foil, which is really nice because that was really most of the time you didn't have that as max and it wasn't foiled, so it's nice to have that. Then you have another option at a foil version of Hidden Potential. If you don't like the ulti art, you have this art. Then you have Zyomon, just a Retaliator if you have 10 or more. Not bad. Then Hybrid for Game Shenanigans and Goonimon with, Rise Greymon also has an event pack coming up, but it's good to have him coming in with a ulti art. Then you do have Lobomon getting a foil as well. Then a reprint of Nidhogg. Nidhogg was a very classic staple back in the day. Then you have Labramon for that draw on play. Another chance at foil Izzy. A Kyrie foil, which is not bad. Then you get a Blinding Ray foil, which is really nice. Then you get Jack Raid foil as well. And then another shot at Lucemon, which will bring Lucemon down. Then for the Koromon stands that have been waiting patiently, that didn't want to spend big bucks, you get a shot at Greymon support here as a foil. Then you have Syokomon, basically a reduction negator. Then you have Weedmon becoming into foil, so you can max out Bloomlord. Then you have Mechanorimon, just old-fashioned blocker, sees some play occasionally. Then you have Shademon being Shademon, not terrible. Then another shot at Blitz Omni, especially since he's been going into the $8 range a little bit. Nice to good to see a reprint. And then Zaward as well. Good reprint there. Then you have Sora Joe getting a foil printing instead of that the gold border. Then you have Nokia getting a foil. Then a Ultimate Flare foil, which again for a lot of black players, this is their first foiling version of Ultimate Flare. Ultimate Flare. Then Omnimon X Antibody being one of the few secrets, and another reprint at Sword Defeat. Both look really good. Then you get another shot at Caramon and Promo Diaboro. Why not? Then followed by Devimon. Doesn't see much play, but could definitely see it if meta allows for it. Then we have Pulsemon and Palmon jamming. Then the Memboost got reprinted, which is really nice, which is what we need. Then we won't see these in the structure because we are getting them now and they're for the length of the tournaments. Another reprint shot at Greymon, followed by Kitus Breath, and then we do have Megadramon and we do have Patamon. If I remember correctly, did I skip over? They're supposed to be Garurumon. Did I miss them? Garurumon was supposed to be in this lineup. I know that the reprint had Garurumon promo foil. Maybe they didn't put it up here. That's weird. But I remember in the set having that, so that's weird. But that's just basically your reprints you're looking at. Let's get into the new cards, though. We're going to break it down by basically each tamer, and then we're going to break it down to basically the rest of the stuff. So first off, Gemamon finally becomes a full-fledged focus deck with a very powerful top end with Arcturusmon and the fact that it has Siriusmon. Both very powerful things that can go into Paroxysmon. So Paroxymon's really powerful because, you know, all turns when another Digimon is deleted, you may delete one level 4 or lower Digimon with Gemamon in its name from your trash without paying its memory cost. Then, end of turn, by placing one Digimon with Gamamon in its text from your hand or trash under this Digimon. As a bottom Digievolution, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon. Just a very good remover. Just solid as well. And then you have, like, 3 from Sirius and Arcturus in the Digievolution. Remember, Sirius has to be at top, and then Arcturus in the stack. But what's really nice here is Arcturusmon is basically when Digivolving may place one Digimon with Gamamon in its text from your trash under this Digimon as a bottom Digievolution card. Then you may delete one Digimon with a level less than or equal to this Digimon's Digievolution cards. Then on deletion, you may return one Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Then by placing Sirius from your hand, you may play one Paroxymon from your hand. You may play one Paroxymon from your hand without paying its memory cost. And then your turn, once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon has Gamamon in its text, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So free removal, really nasty card. And then you have Regulusmon, when Digivolve when attacking by trashing one card with Gamamon in its text from your hand. One of your Digimon gains on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level until the end of the opponent's turn. And then all turns, this Digimon has all effects of the Digievolution of Gamamon. Most of the level 5s will have this across the board, so I won't bring this up. Regulus effect, this Digimon gains all effects of cards with Gamamon in its name in its Digievolution card. Both, they're all going to have that kind of effect here, you know, with, you know, Gillyhumon. Same thing, these two gain all the effects of the Gamamons in the line. So, then you have when Digivolve and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal, your opponent's card suspended with this effect can't unsuspend until the end of opponent's turn. Then you have Fumamon, basically when Digivolving, trash the top 3 Digievolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon, then one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution may not attack until the end of opponent's next turn. Really solid. Then Kanos Wisemon, being able to warp in your Digimon with Gamamon in its name, with Gamamon in its name and its Digievolution card, Digivolve into this in your hand for a Digievolution cost 3, ignoring Digievolution requirements. Just a basically good warp is never bad. And then basically we get a Raid Gamamon that can play heroes down if you don't have a hero in play. Then you have a Evade Chaos Gamamon. Then you have Wizen Gamamon with blocker. So now you just kind of finish up the trifecta of all these effects. He just builds up a board state of all these fancy effects. And then you have Gauss Gamamon, end of attack. By deleting this Digimon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon. Then on deletion, play one Gamamon from your trash suspended without paying its memory cost. We're really solid here. Now we're getting into the finals here. We have Gamamon here. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one card with Gamamon in its text and one hero among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any more order. And then Gamamon gets your turn plus 2000 DP for as an inheritable. And then we have new hero, start of your main phase by placing a card with Gamamon in its name from your hand under one of your Digimon as a bottom Digievolution. Gain 1 memory, draw a card. And then when your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Gamamon in its text by suspending the tamer, that Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. So usually what you would want to use is the OG Kanos Wisemon to kind of gain that extra security checks with all these different inheritables, and just gets really nasty pretty quickly. Then you have Gurimon here, so when one of your effects places a Digievolution under this card, draw a card. Just basically solid across the board. I think that's really awesome. Then we do have Amphiamon or Jellymon's line. So Puyumon. So by trashing one blue card from your hand, trash one Digievolution card from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. The problem comes down to this deck in particular is going to be a little bit weaker because we don't have the promo Amphiamon unless they're going to give that as the box topper, which might actually be what they're planning because you need the promo Amphiamon. You don't need promo Sirius, but you do need Doraemon's promo to make the deck function. So that might be what they're doing as their promo. Then you have Jellymon here. On play, reveal the top cards of your deck. Add one card with Jelly and its text and one Koshiro among them to your hand. Place the rest of the bottom deck in any order. And then once per turn, when you trash a card in your hand using your own effects, gain a memory. Then you have Telsa Gamamon. So when digivolving, you get to play Koshiro if you don't have one in play. And then your turn, when when you trash a card in your hand using your own effect, gain one memory. So again, it's just trying to extend plays and control and make it stuff here. And then you have Thesismon or Thysismon. When digivolving, you may trash up to 2 blue cards from your hand. For each card trashed by this effect, you may choose one Digievolution under one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamer, trash it. Then one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamer with no Digievolution cannot be suspended until the end of opponent's turn. A little bit of control here. And then end of attack once per turn by returning 3 cards with Jellymon in its text from your trash to the bottom of the deck in any order. Unsuspend the Digimon, just gets you multi-attacking. Then you have Amphiamon here. So when digivolving, when attacking, it's not once per turn. You may trash up to 2 blue cards from your hand. For each card trashed by this effect, you may choose one Digievolution under one of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamer, trash it. Then you may return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution cards to the bottom of its owner's deck. Really solid, good removal. All turns, once per turn, when one of your blue Digimon in play would be deleted by returning 3 cards with Jellymon in their text from trash to the bottom of your deck to prevent the deletion. I think it's cool, but there's just way too many times I just don't see. The deck definitely needs the ace now, to be honest with you. Then you have the new Koshiro. So when your Digimon with Jellymon in its text or opponent's level 5 or higher attacks, if you have 7 or less cards in your hand, suspend this Tamer, draw a card. And then your turn, when this Tamer becomes suspended, gain 1 memory. And then security just plays him. So basically, because you're going to be discarding basically everything in your hand, this Koshiro will help you regain those resources back. Then we have the Angoramon line. Bozemon is while your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Then you have Angoramon. If your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Basically, searches for an Angoramon in its text and then Ruli just to round it out. Then you have Saber Angoramon. When digivolving, if you don't have Ruli, player, and And then it gets, if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon in play, 1+1000 DP. Then the Lormortmon, when Digivolving, this Digimon gains piercing for the turn. Then if this Digimon has Digivolution cards with Angora in its name, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. And then your turn, when this Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Basically, it wants to swing into your opponent's stuff. And then you do have the Rabbitmon. So Rabbitmon is blocker, but when Digivolving when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, gain 1 memory. End of turn, one of your Digimon in play with Angoramon in its text can attack one of your opponent's Digimon in play. So, very solid. Being able to attack anything in play doesn't have to be suspended. Ruli, your turn when you would Digivolve your Digimon into a green beast animal for sovereign in one of its traits other than sea animal. By suspending this tamer, reduce the Digivolution by 1. And then end of turn, once per turn, you may unsuspend one of your Digimon with Angora in its text. So, basically, you get some restands, multi-attacking, all the good stuff. The Rabbitmon definitely needs its promo. The promo really is the heart and soul for this deck. So, if they don't print that, this deck is very underwhelming. Now, all the rest of the good stuff here. Espimon, not seeing much play in most decks. The only deck I really seen it see play is in Mugen. So, opponent's turn, while there is a tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. Then you have Hoover Espimon. So, on play, when Digivolving, reveal the top card of your opponent's security stack. If that card is a Digimon card, gain 1 memory. Otherwise, draw 1 card. Return the revealed card face down at the top of or bottom of your opponent's security stack. Then all turns while this Digimon has a tamer in play, this Digimon gains blocker and cannot be deleted by your opponent's effects. So basically prevents any effect blow up. So he's kind of just sticking around. So Hover Espimon's actually pretty decent that way, and it sees massive play in Mugen. Then we have Black Gato, Uvir. So security at the end of battle, you may play that without paying its cost. On play, return 1 Digimon card with your opponent's return 1 Digimon card from your opponent's trash to the bottom deck, draw a card. Not a bad get things out of here, especially if you're facing the purple matchup. You have Numenman on deletion. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Mumsymon in its name and 1 card with Numenman in its name among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom deck in any order. While this Digimon has Mumsymon or Numenman in its name, this Digimon gains blocker. Not bad. It kind of has a small line here, but nothing too crazy to do anything. Then you have Mumsymon. So on play, by placing 1 card with Numenman in its name from your trash under this Digimon as a bottom Digivolution card, gain 2 memory. On play, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP, security minus 1 until the end of opponent's turn. Then your turn, while this Digimon has Mumsy or Numenman in its name, this Digimon gains security plus 1. Not bad. It's not crazy here. But Shin Mumsymon is basically Mumsy or Nume in its name. When Digivolving, place all level 3 Digimon face down at the top of their owner's security stack. Then all your opponents level 4 or higher get minus 3000 DP and security minus 1 until the end of opponent's turn. Then when attacking, by trashing 1 card with Numenman in its name from the CG Evolution, place 1 of your opponent's Digimon face down at the bottom of the security stack. So nice removal, pretty decent, but we'll have to see what happens. Then we do have Hokaito, Hero's Father. Start of your turn, if your opponent has 3 or more tamers in play, gain 1 memory. Then alters when your opponent plays a Digimon. By suspending this tamer, if that Digimon is 4 or higher, gain a memory. If that Digimon is a 3, draw a card. Not bad. Good for weird interactions. Might see some play in SetCom, but I don't think so. Then we have reprint of Agumon promo. Basically is useless here. Just another art. Reprint of Gemamon from promo 58. While you have a tamer, can attack opponents on suspended Digimon. Just a nice alternate art. It does have that keyword here. And then you do finally have Greymon with the extra security check. Just a reprint of the promos lineup there. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Anything you're going to try to build in this revival booster, let me know. And guys, hopefully you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!